Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Strategy Now here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joe Cusick from the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. Here to give you all the updates on the action that's happened since the open, since President-elect Trump has spoke. Let's just jump right in. Taking a look at the markets and where they're trading right now. The Dow Jones futures are trading right now up about 3 points at 19,791. It's been waffling between in the red and in the green since the president-elect has spoken. The Russell 2000, the futures are trading at 1365, down 420. The Nasdaq futures are trading at 5,015 and 75 cents, down 15.50. And you have the S&P 500 E-mini futures trading at 2259.50, down about $4. So you have definitely a mixed market. You have the 10-year trading at 125 and 2 ticks, and you have the 30-year trading up at 153.07. So right now you have bonds up. You have equities basically either flat to slightly down post the Trump press conference. And it was an interesting press conference. It has sent oil up, which has been up most of the session, up at 52.71 on the crude contract. You also have the dollar down 55 cents at 101.43. And then gold is up about $10.80 at $1,196.50. One sector, though, that has been actually holding in there quite well has been the industrials. I want to spend a little time there because there's been some notable names that have been in the headlines this morning and early into the midday. XLI is trading up about 0.2%. That's the ETF that tracks the industrial sector. And it's higher than the broader market right now. You saw the S&Ps were down about 0.2%. That's the benchmark I utilize to monitor how the pulse and the action of the market is. And there's a couple names that I want to point out. One that had earnings and a couple other ones that just had some headlines that came out. First, the earnings. MSC, Industrial. MSM is the ticker symbol, up 8.2%. They reported Q1 earnings of 95 cents per share. That's basically beating estimates by about 2 cents. Their revenues did fall about 2.9%, but their guidance was a little bit higher than what estimates were, as well as the consensus, the overall revenue guidance, as well as the bottom line for basically most of the estimates that I could see come across. Stocks trading to the upside quite well, and it has been holding up and been one of the catalysts in the industrial sector. Also taking a look at an airline name that's been, most of the airlines have been in the green for the last 2 days, but American Airlines reported December traffic. They came out and said that total revenue per miles was around $18.2 billion. That's down about 0.8% from December of last year. The total capacity was about 22.6 billion available seat miles. That's what they call ASMs. And that is up about 0.5% from last year, same time, December. The total passenger load factor was around 80.6%. That's down about 1% versus December. And then the company expected Q4 total revenue per available seat mile, that's the TRASM for those of you that like acronyms, to be flat or up 2%. That's a little bit better than what guidance was. I think guidance and expectations were that it was going to be right around minus 1%. So that was a little bit of a plus for American Airlines. And the stock is trading up 0.5%. AAL. Airbus, EADSY, is trading up 9 cents a percent. They reported commercial aircraft deliveries in 2016 were up for the 14th year in a row, reaching a new company record of 688 aircrafts delivered to 82 customers. You saw that Airbus is, again, up now almost 1%. Deere also came out and released their retail sales update for December, and it was relatively in line or positive. Deere, ticker symbol D, is trading up 0.7%. Basically, their two-wheel tractors did quite well. They were in line or slightly or better than industry standards as far as sales. Their four-wheel drive tractors, the industry was down about 36%. Deere declined less than that. Their combines, the industry was down about 22% as far as sales were concerned in December. And Deere did see a greater decline in their combine sales. We also saw, again, the headline risk that came from the President-elect Trump's speech. You saw that he did mention the Lockheed Martin situation with the F-35. Lockheed Martin is, again, down about 1.1%. But they did say that they are going to be working very closely with the President-elect directly and with his cabinet. There also was some pushback or some desire that was expressed by President-elect Trump that he wants to really look closely at how the pharmaceutical operations here in the United States are being run. He wants to see them run more here. So in other words, he wants the drugs made here. He also wanted more competitive pricing bidding, which basically took the biotech sector and turned it on its nose. The IBB immediately turned and was down $5 on those comments, and it was trading down as low as $9 at 277.44. The healthcare sector in general is also under pressure, down about 1.7%, and it is leading to the downside. On the flip side, you saw energy. Energy just has continued to scream to the upside. The sector in general is up 1.1%, XLE. If you take a look at the crude contract, up 3.3%, and that's at right around $52.46 per barrel for the contract. And that's despite the fact that the EIA showed notable inventory builds on all fronts, not only on crude, but nat gas and distillates. So you're seeing that the markets are running to the upside. You also saw not only did the crude and energy markets move to the upside, but you're seeing the utilities actually moving to the upside. That's usually a safety play, up about 0.5%. And these are really the only two sectors that you could say were convincingly in the green to the upside. We did see that U.S. Treasuries saw a slight uptick, some buying interest in the wake of President-elect Trump's news conference. The 10-year yield was down 2 basis points at 2.36%. Also, what's notable is that the dollar index, it's actually returned to basically unchanged to up after the comments showing some decent traction to the upside after the president-elect's comments and news conference. So that's it right now for Strategy Now. Join me at 3:30 Eastern Time for Tech Talk, where I'm going to take charts and option analysis. I'm going to give you some transparency on some specific ranges. We're going to take a look at some airlines, some biotechs, and maybe a finance name or two. All right, so join me at 3:30 Eastern Time here on MarketStream.live. Take care.